Hey, thanks so much for stopping by my YouTube channel. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about detaching from societal norms and living your life on your own terms. We're conditioned by society and where we live to fit in and do what's normal. So this could mean going out on the weekend and partying and getting trashed with your friends. This could mean going to work and being a overly workaholic. This could mean um, constantly socializing and having conversations and constantly being preoccupied with other human beings all the time to distract yourself from your own life. It's, spending money, going out and constantly spending money to feed the economy and getting added, getting all these ads by companies to try to get you to buy more stuff and get interested in, the next big thing. And society doesn't teach you about money because they want to keep you in the debt trap so you never get ahead. And, the drinking and smoking and fitting in with people and having people accept you and doing things that you don't necessarily align with just for the fact that these people are doing it and you want to be a part of the group. So you'll just go along and do what they want. So I have, for the past several years, I've detached from society in a way that I still go to work. I work for American Airlines as a flight attendant. I still have my family. I socialize with my mom and my dad. I still socialize with passengers on board the aircraft. I have acquaintances that I talk to, my neighbor downstairs that I talk to, but I really don't have a need to have constant validation from other people about my life, or I don't need to do things for other people's acceptance and to know that I'm contributing something. So I've really been focused on my financial life, getting myself in financial order, saving for retirement, building an emergency fund, having money to do the things I want to my condo, being able to go on vacations and pay cash and not put it on a credit card. So my financial life is a focal point of my life. My workout routine, eating food at home, meal prepping, healthy eating, you know, taking my blood pressure, doing things that I can to make sure that my body is healthy, and I'm doing all I can to make sure that I'm not getting diseases or other disorders that I could control through my own diet and simply exercising. I work a lot because I think that's important, and I think that I can contribute more to my job. So I really put a lot of extra effort into what I do each and every day at work. I read a lot of books. I journal. I go to counseling once a week. Or now it's once every other week, but to talk about things I'm struggling with and to get my counselor's point of view on stuff. Um, I've lost people in my life that I had before because we simply don't talk anymore. I've noticed a lot of things about human beings and how a lot of times people want to be in a relationship with you because of what they can get out of you or what you can, give them. A lot of times there's ulterior motives. A lot of times they can be jealous. There's like all this drama that comes from other relationships and having to deal with that. And I feel like it's important to have relationships, but you have to be very selective with who you allow into your life, into your surroundings, because they can make or break what you're doing. I think that I've been stuck for a while and trying to figure out what my contributions are to society. And I've watched a lot of videos and they say, well, you just have to go out in the world and socialize all the time and put yourself out there and you'll eventually figure it out. I somewhat agree with that, but I know that the job as a flight attendant to be of service to others is important. And I know that I'm not at the point I want to be financially in life. I want to help my parents out financially, and also um, build more wealth for myself and my family, and be able to meet somebody who's independent, is kind of on the same trajectory in regards to like meeting goals and trying to do the right things, take care of themselves. And it's just been really good, I think, that I've taken the time and I'm completely comfortable by myself. I don't need external validation. I don't need to go out every weekend. I don't feel like I'm lonely. I don't do any of those things. Like, I have a routine at home, so I make sure that everything's kept up with and I don't fall behind on things. So on Mondays is a busy day because I do the gym, then I come home, I clean the house, I meal prep, I run to the grocery store, do my errands, go to bed. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday I'm working for the airline, so those days are kind of done. But Wednesday is my, every other week I go to the counselor, and then I go to the gym in the morning. God bless me. And I have a routine. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's so important. And sticking to the routine, because the ones who actually stick to a routine and are ruthless with following the steps that get them to their goals are who's going to succeed in life. I'm not where I want to be yet, but that doesn't mean that I'm not going to get there. I think my knowledge of astrology and um, spending time with my spirituality and the universe and how we interact, I think that a major part about being a responsible adult is delayed gratification and being able to live in the moment, appreciate the small things, not constantly feel the need to spend money on the most expensive stuff and take all these trips if you don't have money to actually afford the trip, and not put on a credit card, and um you know fitting in with people just so that you don't have to actually sit with yourself and really see your shadow side and like your limitations and the past traumas that you have had in your life that have made you the way you are today. I don't think a lot of people can do that. So they constantly are trying to distract themselves with other people and, going out all the time and, doing all that stuff. And I think it's important to take the time to really get your life in order and understand who you are as a person. Because I hate to say this, you might have all these people in your life, but at the end of the day, no one is going to save you. You have to save yourself. You have to work and contribute and do things. People are not just going to come into your life and give you stuff, and you're just going to get everything that you want from other people, and you don't have to put any effort into it, and you can just manifest anything with just writing it in a notebook. Like, you have to put in the work. You have to sit with yourself and like go through your trauma, go through your difficulties. And I don't know, I think just detaching from society and like living your life on your terms and not having the need to justify it to anybody, because you're not hurting anybody. I'm not hurting anybody with how I'm living my life. I just don't feel the need to have society pat me on the back and say, wow, you're doing a great job. No one tells me that, but I know that I'm doing what I need to do, and I'm content with who I am, and I'm content with what I'm building. And I think people who detach from society are considered outcasts, and people who are single and don't have a relationship are weird and something's wrong with them. But I think a lot of times people who constantly have to go out and be around people and need validation all the time, and get into these relationships all the time, and are can never be alone, like, that's not healthy. And I think a lot of times these are the people that have the issue, and the ones who actually can be comfortable on their own and not needing all this external validation are actually the healthy ones. But again, I just wanted to make a video to speak a little bit about where I'm at in my life and to share kind of what I've learned thus far. I don't know how other people are feeling, but with everything going on now with the wars and all the other calamities going on around the world, like I've just detached from all that and I'm focusing on what I can control and how I can show up for myself. And it's been life changing. So I want people who feel like they're different or that they feel like aliens all the time to know that you're not the only one. I feel the same way, and that I'm proud of us for being authentically real and for proving to ourselves we can do it on our own. You know, there's a power in that. So I hope everyone has a great day, and I hope 2026 is your best year ever, because why can't it be?